Hello, hello. Welcome back. You are on day three of the Launch Your Coaching Biz Challenge. Of course, I'm your host, Amy Ramsey, and we are really diving in this week. We are drawing a line in the sand. We are getting you into commitment and, of course, getting you to move forward and make some decisions and really have some clarity so that at the end of this week, you will be ready to truly connect with your potential clients and make an offer to them to work with you. So that is my intention with these videos this week and with all of the daily action steps that we're doing to get you there. So the first thing I want to say is if you did not do yesterday's action step, please go do that around your intention, your why, like really setting that GPS. Because the thing is, if you don't do that, all of the business strategy in the world that I give you, it can be the most amazing strategy you've ever heard on the planet. And if that piece is not there, it is not going to make one bit of a difference. So I want this to really be an impactful week for you. I want you to really get results. And the only way to do that is if you are super clear on those pieces we covered yesterday. So do yourself a favor, take a few minutes, go watch yesterday's video if you need to, and then you can hop back into this one. So today we are getting into some business strategy. We are going to talk about what are you selling piece to the Freedom Formula model that I teach. And of course, if you're here, you already know some of the what. The what is your coaching. The what is your coaching services, but there's a lot of different ways that look. So what I want to do today is to really give you some framework for that, and then to give you some time to put the pieces together, fill in the holes, fill in the gaps, the blanks, and really come bring it all together, bring it all in a nice little bow, and you can type it up in the Facebook group later today to get some feedback on it to ensure that it looks good and it's ready to go. So let's talk about what you're selling. What you're selling, obviously coaching, but what you want to start with is your private one-on-one coaching services. There's a few different reasons for this. I don't want to spend a ton of time getting into this. You can ask me in the Facebook group if you have questions. But one is, private coaching really is a faster path to cash. You just make more money and you make it more consistently if you bring on private clients. The other thing is if you set up your business this way, it really gives you the opportunity to be a better coach, understand your ideal clients even more, and then you can move on from there. You can grow into group programs, info products, those kinds of things once you've really got this private coaching piece really, really solid. So that's the piece on private coaching. So you're going to be selling your one-on-one private coaching services. Now, what does it look like? What does your package look like? This is the piece where you get to have a little fun. You get to play with it. So you want to look at the logistics of your package. One is looking at how many times a month are you going to be on the phone with your clients. I suggest 2 or 3 times. Every week gets to be too much for both you and the clients. And, other than that, it really depends on what you feel like your clients need and what will work with your schedule. So you want to be looking at how many sessions a month are you going to be on the phone with your clients, and also determining how long each of those sessions is, anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. The next piece is you want to look at what else are you going to include in your package that's really going to be a value add and that your clients really need. So my private clients, for example, we start with a Skype intensive so we can really dive in deeper to some stuff and get the ball rolling much quicker. That's one thing I include on the front end. I also include texting support for my private clients. My private clients are 100% VIP access. So for a while, I offered email support in between calls. And I really looked at how that was working for me, how it was working for my clients, and I decided to move into texting support and honestly to test it out, and it's been working amazing. So you could look at, what does support look like from you for your clients throughout the month and in between the calls. Other things to consider, like I have a lot of health coaches, and health coaches often have assessments or grocery store visits or pantry cleanouts, those kinds of things. Those are all things you can add into your package that are really going to be a value add for your client. Plus, it gives you a great space to really start with your clients. So that's the logistics. That's the very loose framework of what it's going to look like. Okay. So your step one is going to be going through and figuring out what are those logistics, what's really included in the package, what are those like bullet points in your coaching package. So that's one. The second thing is, length of contract. So a lot of people resist this because we have a lot of different fears that come up. And here's the thing. You really need to be offering coaching packages that are a minimum, and hear me when I say minimum, I mean a minimum of 6 months. The problem is if it's less than 6 months, people do not get the transformation. The other thing is, if you're having to re-enroll your clients, say every 3 months, it's a lot of selling and there's no consistent income for you because you're constantly worrying about, is this client going to re-enroll or not? So a minimum of 6 months, the ideal is a year. Transformational coaching, it takes a larger container. It takes time. People have different up levels, different struggles at different parts over a year. If you work with your clients for a year, you really are in the most service to them. So the second thing is you want to look at the length of contract, anywhere between 6 months and a year, knowing that a year is truly the goal for both you and your clients. So the next thing I want you to look at is price and, pricing your services. And this is a fun piece because you get to see what kind of resistance will show up for you, because a lot of resistance might show up here. So first of all, just know there is a bottom price point that I suggest all of my clients and all of you begin your coaching services. And the reason is there's been a lot of studies and research done around human psychology and what makes people get the best results. And the feedback that came back is people get the best results when they spend at least a minimum of $327 a month. Okay, so for some of you, this is the decision. It's done. You're going to sell it $327 a month and you can move on to the next decision. For some of you, you might feel like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And then you want to look at, okay, well, what can you value add so that you feel aligned with that price? It's also a value, this is a big, big topic we could get into here around your value and your self-worth. So just to know that if that's something that's coming up for you, I want you to post in the Facebook group today and we can talk about it in today's Facebook Live as well. You just have to tell me where you're at and what's coming up for you so we can go ahead and address them so you can move forward, make decisions, and get your coaching business going. So for some of you, the answer is going to be you sell at $327 a month, and that's that. And then, of course, you can grow and evolve from there. One thing you will get used to hearing me say is start and evolve, start and evolve, start and evolve. So for some of you, you're going to be looking at $327 a month and you're going to say, that doesn't seem like enough. I'm worth more than that. I should be paid more than that. And that's where you get to play with it. And honestly, one of the best ways to do this is you center, do whatever you need to center in, take a few breaths, and then you listen and you say, how does $400 a month sound? How does $427 a month sound? How does $467, $497? And then you just go until it's stretchy, right? You want it to be stretchy yet attainable. Once it goes beyond the stretchy point where you're really like, oh my God, I really have no idea if I can sell that. That's when you know you've really gone too far, because at that point it becomes really hard to sell something because you're not really aligned and you don't really believe it can happen. So that is a little bit of space where you can play around with this and figure out what is going to be your price point. So That is the what's of what are you selling. You're going to be selling private coaching, one-on-one services. You're going to figure out the logistics of your package. What is included in your package? The third thing, you're going to figure out your contract length. So how long are you going to work with clients for? And then the fourth thing is this pricing piece. How much are you going to charge to begin? And you can evolve from here, of course. You'll keep raising your rates. But what is the pricing that you are going to start with? And that is really going to form the what of what you're selling. And then tomorrow we're going to move more into the who, and I'm excited to talk to you about today. So for today, your goal is to get super clear on what is your what. What is your what? Get really clear on what that looks like and post it in the Facebook group. I am so happy to be of service to you, to help you work through this, to help you get really clear. Again, I just really want you to have answers this week so you can once and for all move forward in your business and get moving, get closer to the freedom that you want, and get closer to helping the people that are out there just waiting for you to come and help them. So eyes on the prize. That's the goal this week. Post in the Facebook group. Let me know what's coming up for you. Let's celebrate you. Let's help you through any roadblocks you might be having. And like every day this week, I will be on Facebook Live at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern to give you some live coaching. Please do not miss this opportunity. Please do not miss this opportunity. This is not something I typically do, and it's really just something I wanted to give special to this group who is super committed to making this happen once and for all within this week, within this challenge. So have an amazing rest of your day. I cannot wait to see what you come up with, and I'll see you in Facebook. Bye.